The 12 Dancing Princesses. Once upon a time, there was a king who had 12 beautiful daughters. During the day, the girls were model princesses, but at night, the king didn't know what they got up to. It was very puzzling because although he carefully locked the door to their room, by morning all their shoes were worn out as if they had been out dancing all night long. Buying new shoes for his 12 princess daughters was costing the king a lot of money, and he was getting annoyed. The king announced that whoever discovered where the 12 princesses danced at night could choose his favorite for his bride. Before long, 12 noble princes took up the challenge. Each one sat guard in a chair beside a princess's bed. But before the clock struck 12, the princes were all asleep. When they awoke in the morning, the princesses had clearly been dancing because their shoes were full of holes. And so the 12 princes left the kingdom empty-handed. One day, a poor soldier was passing through the forest near the castle when he met an old woman who lived there. "Where are you going?" she asked the soldier. "I thought I'd go and find out where the princesses dance each night," he explained. "I see," cackled the old woman. "Well, that shouldn't be too hard, but make sure you don't drink anything those princesses offer you." Then she gave him a cloak. "As soon as you put this on, you will be invisible," she explained. "That way you will be able to follow the princesses without knowing them." So the poor soldier went to the castle to try his luck. That night, as he prepared to sit guard, the eldest princess brought him a glass of water. Remembering the old woman's warning, the soldier threw the water away. Then he lay back and pretended to snore. When the princesses heard his snores, they started to dress. After they had pulled on the new shoes that the king had bought that very day, they checked that the soldier was still sleeping. Satisfied that the sleeping potion she had given him had worked, the eldest princess went to her bed and clapped her hands. The soldier, who was peeping through half-closed eyes, was amazed to see the bed sink into the floor and a trap door swing open. He watched quietly as each of the princesses went through the trap door one by one. When the last princess had disappeared, the soldier leapt to his feet, threw the cloak around his shoulders, and became invisible. Thinking that there wasn't a moment to lose, he raced down the stairs so fast that he trod on the youngest princess's dress. "Someone has hold of my gown!" cried the princess. But the other princesses told her not to be so silly and hurried her along. At the bottom of the stairs, the soldier followed the princesses through a door into a beautiful woodland. The silver leaves on the trees sparkled so brilliantly that the soldier decided to break one off in order to take it home. "What was that?" said the youngest princess. "I'm sure someone is following us." The other princesses told her not to be silly and hurried her along. At the edge of the wood they came to a lake. At the side of the lake lay 12 boats and 12 handsome princes waiting beside them. By the time a princess and a prince had got into each of the boats, they looked so overloaded that the soldier thought they would sink if he got in as well. He eyed each of the princesses in turn. Who is the lightest? He wondered. Finally, he decided that the youngest princess was the lightest by far. But even as he got into the boat, it rocked and creaked. Halfway across the lake, the prince rowing the boat containing the youngest princess and the invisible soldier complained that it felt heavier than usual. "Have you put on weight?" he asked the princess. "Don't be silly," said the youngest princess, and she hurried him on his way. On the other side of the lake was a golden castle. The soldier followed the 12 princes and 12 princesses into the castle and watched them dance the whole night through. Then, just before dawn, still covered by his invisible coat, he followed the princesses home. When they reached the stairs leading to their bedroom, the soldier overtook them, threw off his cloak, and lay snoring in the chair before any of the princesses had climbed into the room through the trapdoor. Seeing the soldier still fast asleep, the princesses thought their secret was safe. The following morning, the soldier took the silver leaf he had broken from a branch to the king and explained what he had seen. The king was very happy and asked which of the princesses he would choose for his bride. The soldier chose the youngest, whom he thought prettier and smarter than any of her sisters. She was delighted, for she thought the soldier even handsomer than her prince. Shortly after this, the soldier and the princess were married. Afterwards, there was a wonderful ball. The youngest princess danced with her new husband until midnight. And as for the 11 sisters, well, they danced until dawn. The end.